I want to say that the whole object of today is to show the community support for opposing the closure of Service Ontario here in Kemptville. We need a full-service office. There's a demonstrated need in the community. And I think we can all agree that this is going to hurt the community, which is the fastest growing community in Eastern Ontario. It's not just going to hurt those of us that are looking for licenses and other personal services. This is also a bad thing for businesses, both existing businesses and those that may wish to locate in Kemptville. So we need to send a strong message to the provincial government to change this decision. We have, and we're still telling them up, we have over 8,000 signatures. Thanks. And that is extremely impressive by any measure, but when you consider the fact that the municipality is about 15,000, that is outstanding. That just shows the kind of place that North Grenville is, that we're engaged in our community, it's a vibrant community, and we care about what happens here. So, in deference to the fact that it's a very hot day, I'm not going to talk for a long time, but I do want to say that there are 4 people in particular that I want to help, or that I want to thank. I want to thank Samantha and Amanda LeGuet. Rick Adams and Cheryl Renault. Now there are a lot of people that help make this happen, but these 4 in particular are the heart and soul behind this effort. So they've done this on their own time. They've talked to local businesses, they've canvassed throughout the community, and you can see their accomplishments today with the petition, with a number of people that have stopped by, and the generous outpourings of support from the community. I'd also like to thank Frank Hoffman, don't have Canadian Tire here, who has been unstinting. Not only has he let us locate on his property, but he's done everything he possibly could to help make this a success. So he's to be commended again. That just shows what kind of a business community we have here in town. People care about this community. They care about this community and they care about what happens. In addition, I'd like to thank our own OPSU Local 434 here. They are matching all the donations today to Jumpstart. They will match all contributions raised. In addition, they bought us these great t-shirts. I will pass you on to the speakers list now, but I just want to say I grew up here in Kemptville. I've lived here pretty much my whole life, and this is the kind of thing that makes me very proud to be a member of this municipality. It really is something special. So having said that, I'd like to introduce you, pass the mic on to our first speaker, Joe Massey, owner of Kemptville Auto Sales.
I'm Massey. I operate Kemptville Auto Sales. We've been in business for 38 years. I'd like to stay in for a few more. But the government's decision to move the office may cause us to close. We won't be able to afford to have a driver to go to the 45-50 Ks to the nearest center to get the transfers and do the dealings we need with the license bureau. Sometimes we go 2-3 times a day. Right now in Kemptville we have a knowledgeable, helpful, great staff operating the local service office. They're always there to help us no matter what our problems may be. I asked the provincial government to rethink their position of this closure. Kemptville is a growing community which needs a local service, not only for vehicles, but for the other services they provide. Thank you.
So our next speaker will be Frank Hoffman from Canadian Tire.
Thank you, Gareth. First, big thank you to OPSU for matching all the food sales today for Jumpstart. It's a great cause, and the community, all the money stays in the community. So thank you very much to the local 434. We do appreciate that very much. As a local business owner, having a service center and a hunting and fishing store, it's very, very important to us to have both the MTU and M&R local. And I speak on behalf of all businesses though that have such an industry, that the importance of keeping the Service Ontario open here in Kemptville. So again, to thank you, what Kara said about all the people that helped get the signatures. When we started this idea about, what, 3 weeks ago? We said maybe we'll get 1,000 people sign this. To be half the population of North Grenville is just outstanding. So congratulations to all of you for doing so. And let's keep this Service Ontario open. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Our next speaker will be North Grenville Mayor. Mr. Gordon.
Thank you very much. You know, I'm totally impressed today, but you know, it makes me angry and it makes me proud. The anger comes out is when I got a telephone call from the ministry stating that they're closing down Service Ontario. And the rationale was, now you just hold on to your hats, glasses, and whatever, because there was no washroom, and it wasn't close. It was out of the way. And when they said it was out of the way, I said, well, they're across the street from a hospital, there's 2 schools, I said, and 2 subdivisions. And it's right around the corner from Old Town Kemptville. There was a sort of a pregnant pause like, oh. I mean, and if they want a washroom, talk to us. We will gladly get you a washroom. There's no problem there. But as I said, Brian Carey over there, God bless the good-looking man in the sunglasses and his good wife, we'll be going up to Toronto with a toilet seat, which we'll give to the administrator, and if he wants the rest of the toilet. I mean, think about this stupidity of, and I'm not politically correct, but the stupidity of closing this down, the hardship on the entire community, and also the business community. I mean, there was no thought in this at all. Now, I'll get back to the pride. The minute it was noted that this was Service Ontario, the government's biggest mistake in the last year, was closing down, citizens of North Grenville got together, telephone calls, petitions. I mean, it was wonderful to see how the entire community got behind this. And we just got to keep on working hard, and we're not going to let this die. At North Grenville, we have a reputation. We don't lie down and say, beat me, beat me, beat me. We get up and we fight, and we're going to fight to keep this open. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. And now to the Honourable Steve.
Thanks, Gareth. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thanks for coming out on a hot day to support this rally. I want to take this opportunity first to thank Gareth and also Alan, the president of Local 434. Where's your prez? Oh, there he is, right there. I want to thank 434 for all the work that you've done with the petition, with the big petition, sponsoring with Frank, Jumpstart Today. We really want to thank you for the t-shirts and all the effort that all the members of OPSU have played, both at this local and on the regional basis today. So we owe you a big, let's hear for OPSU. I also want to thank the 2 municipalities that have passed resolutions. I want to thank the mayor and also Councillor Tobin, Mayor Gordon and Councillor Tobin, and all the members of council for the petition of support at their council chamber. And also Michael Barrett, councillor in Edwardsburg Cardinal, is here. It was his motion at Edwardsburg Cardinal to support our efforts to keep our Service Ontario open. And I think it's very important to hear from local people in the community. This has been such a shock to the community, especially after we felt that we've got a bit of a kick from the government regarding Kemptville College. We were looking at an enhanced Service Ontario location as part of a redeveloped Kemptville campus site. We viewed the Ministry of Government Services and the service that those employees in that center provided as a real integral part. So, you think to yourself, listen, so do you think it makes sense to close a Service Ontario location in a community that says it's going to grow by 40% in the next 9 years? Do you think that makes sense? No. Absolutely not. It sure doesn't. Now also, do you think it makes sense to tell seniors? Now in North Grenville, it's about 20% seniors. Do you think it's actually viable for them to do all their transactions online as opposed to go to a service center in Kemptville? Does it make sense? No! Absolutely not. And I don't think there was any sense in the decision. I honestly believe that the minister took 9 darts and fired 9 darts at a wall and said those are the 9 locations of Service Ontario. Because based on the numbers, based on the population growth in this area and the population growth in the south of Ottawa, which also comes and uses our Service Ontario, let's face it, you know, we've got other MPPs, Jim McDonnell in Stormont, Dundas and South Glengarry. He's very concerned. Lisa MacLeod is also very concerned because they know their constituents come here to Kemptville to use our Service Ontario. So I truly believe the minister needs to be told that that last dart that hit Kemptville missed the mark. And they're underestimating the fact that a rally like this would take place. They think we're just going to go away. That, you know, February 2017 is going to come and they're not going to hear anything from us. Right? That's what they think. And we all know something. We all know that they're wrong. They also didn't bank on the fact that local people were going to mobilize with petitions in all the stores and all the neighborhoods. We have people today that want petitions around their neighborhoods, knocked on doors to their neighbors to get them to sign it. The minister is underestimating the amount of public support in North Grenville and area to keep Service Ontario open, to keep those employees providing the excellent service that we all know that they provided that location. And we're not going away. We're not going to be quiet. We're not going to stop with the petition or with the campaign until they say Service Ontario remains open here in Kemptville. That's the goal. So I saw the minister the other day and I talked to him and I said, you know, it's only going to be a matter of time and you're going to come here and you're going to announce that our location's going to be open and it's going to stay open. And he looked at me with a bit of a strange look and said, do you actually think that's going to happen? And I said, I don't think it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen because the people in North Grenville are going to make sure that it happens and that it stays there. So I think we owe all of you a big thank you for all the work that you've done, all the work that you will continue to do. But there are 2 people that I want to hand the mic over to that have really resulted in a tremendous amount of signatures, and that's Amanda and Sam McGuff. So I want Amanda and Sam to come in. Over 8,500 signatures. Over 8,500. Okay. They're working so hard, we're over 86. Okay. There you go. I keep talking, maybe we'll get to 87 on it. So I want you to know that on Tuesday is my duty day in the legislature, and I'll be standing up during petitions, and I'll be tabling our petition and demanding answers from the ministry. So thank you for your hard work.
Just bear with me, I cannot public speak, so I'm really nervous. But we want to also thank the speakers today, Mr. Clark and Mayor Gordon, for coming. We know your schedules are extremely busy, and we really appreciate you coming. Mr. Tobin, same thing. Everybody here for coming, the complete community for coming together, everybody doing the online Facebook group and sharing our messages and signing petitions, hanging up flyers. The stores have really come together. Mr. Hoffman and Joe Massey for speaking today too and showing us your insight on how it affects your businesses as well. And we're just very proud to be members of Kemptville, and thank you guys so much, everybody, for coming. We're going to say no to the close. As well, we look forward to working with you at phase 2. So, thank you.
I just want you to know, Tuesday is just the first petition, right? We're going to put the first petition. It doesn't mean we're going to be done. It doesn't mean we're going to stop. So this is just the first wave of what the government's going to hear from us. So I don't want people to think that Tuesday ends the signatures. We still need a lot more.
So in closing again, I'd just like to thank everyone for coming. I want to reiterate a couple of points that the other speakers made very briefly. This is a community fight. And it is a fight, but more importantly, and this is the most important thing, this is a fight that we can and will win. We have changed this government's direction before. We will change this government's directions again. And in this case, we will be successful. And the reason we're going to be successful is everyone here. Everyone that signed this petition, everyone here, this community. And the work. So the other thing I'd like to say is that there are also 8 other locations. So this is not just a fight here, this is the fight here today. But as a spokesperson for OPSU, we're fighting all of these closures. We're mounting a provincial campaign. We're engaging with the communities all over this province. We will change this government's course. So thank you. I'd like you to keep your eyes and ears open. We will be back in the public face. As Mr. Clark said, the petition has not stopped. We need to gather signatures until we have everyone in North Grenville and around. Everyone. So thanks again. I hope you can get out of the hot weather shortly. And I think with the presentation now to Mr. Clark, I think we're probably going to call it in.
Picture time here. Jennifer?
No, you have to have it on paper.
I got a page now. Want me in the middle?
Sure.
Can we just slide it right down? Right there.
Take your cue. Yeah,
There we go.
Oh, perfect. One here. Thank you. Thanks for helping us.